Garlic powder is not a shortcut. It is an evolution. Before refrigeration, before global logistics, before year-round fresh produce, humans learned one lesson very clearly. If you want flavor to last, you remove water. Garlic powder is the logical result of that lesson. Garlic itself is one of the oldest cultivated plants in human history. For thousands of years, it has been valued not only as food, but as medicine, protection, and symbol. Garlic powder carries that history forward in a modern, practical form. At its core, garlic powder is dehydrated garlic cloves ground into a fine, dry powder. That sounds simple, but the transformation is profound. Removing water changes how garlic behaves, how it tastes, how it spreads through food, and how it interacts with heat. Fresh garlic is aggressive. When chopped or crushed, it releases allicin, a sulfur compound responsible for garlic's sharp bite. Garlic powder, by contrast, is softer, rounder, and more evenly distributed. The heat of dehydration mellows its harsh edges. This is why garlic powder tastes different. It is still unmistakably garlic, but it lacks the raw burn. Instead, it offers a savory, umami-rich depth that integrates smoothly into dishes. Garlic powder became popular not because it replaces fresh garlic, but because it solves problems fresh garlic cannot. It is shelf-stable. It is consistent. It dissolves evenly. It does not burn as easily. It does not require peeling, chopping, or timing. In industrial kitchens, garlic powder is essential. In home kitchens, it is invisible but everywhere. From spice rubs to marinades, from snacks to sauces, garlic powder appears quietly. You rarely notice it on its own, but you notice when it is missing. Culturally, garlic powder marks a shift from ingredient-driven cooking to system-driven cooking. It allows flavor to be standardized. This is why processed foods rely on it so heavily. Consistency matters at scale, but garlic powder is not only industrial. In fact, many traditional cuisines adopted dried garlic long before modern food systems. Sun-dried garlic flakes existed centuries ago. Powder is simply refinement. In terms of flavor chemistry, garlic powder contains sulfur compounds similar to fresh garlic, but in altered proportions. Some volatile compounds are lost during dehydration, while others become more concentrated. This explains why garlic powder smells less sharp but tastes deeply savory when cooked. Heat activates garlic powder differently. When added early, it blends into fats and liquids, building background flavor. When added late, it provides surface aroma without burning. This flexibility makes garlic powder ideal for dry applications. Seasoning blends, popcorn, chips, fries, roasted vegetables, grilled meats. Anywhere moisture is limited, garlic powder shines. Nutritionally, garlic powder still carries trace minerals and bioactive compounds. It contains small amounts of manganese, vitamin B6, vitamin C, and selenium. However, its primary value is not nutrition. It is flavor efficiency. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder represents several cloves of garlic in flavor concentration. That density makes it powerful. Overuse is easy. Precision matters. Storage is critical. Garlic powder absorbs moisture and odors easily. Exposure to air degrades its flavor over time. Properly stored, it can last years, but its peak aroma fades gradually. Color matters. High-quality garlic powder is pale yellow to off-white. Darkening indicates overheating or age. Clumping suggests moisture exposure. Garlic powder is often confused with garlic salt. They are not the same. Garlic salt contains sodium and garlic powder mixed together. Garlic powder is pure garlic. Confusing the two leads to seasoning errors. Another misconception is that garlic powder is inferior. This is false. It is different. Fresh garlic and garlic powder serve different purposes. One is sharp and alive. The other is controlled and stable. In professional kitchens, both are used intentionally. Garlic powder builds base flavor. Fresh garlic provides top notes. This duality explains garlic powder's endurance. Trends come and go. Fresh-only movements rise and fall. Garlic powder remains. It survives because it is reliable. Garlic powder also democratized garlic flavor. No knife skills needed. No time investment. Anyone, anywhere, can access garlic's essence. In that sense, garlic powder is not just a spice. It is a technology, a preservation method that reshaped cooking habits globally. It made garlic portable, predictable, universal. Garlic powder does not announce itself. It supports, it stabilizes, it amplifies. It is rarely the star, but often the reason a dish works. Without garlic powder, modern seasoning would collapse into inconsistency. And that is why this quiet powder remains one of the most important spices in the world.